Yo, what's up? Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Ruby, and I am sipping on my warm ginger tea. So today, we're going to be talking about things that help you to moisturize your vocals. We're going to be talking about things to stay away from, like far as different foods. And I'm just going to give you a few pointers that I use, a couple teas that I drink, a couple things that I use to keep my vocals moisturized and on point. Now, before we get started, I am here to tell you that I am not a doctor. Don't claim to be a doctor. I am not a nurse. I am just giving you some pointers and some things that I use to keep my shit together. Okay? So, the first thing I want to talk about are some things that have been medically known. You can research them yourself for you not to do for your voice. Caffeine is bad for your voice. Smoking is bad for your voice. I haven't smoked a cigarette in about 6-7 months now. Thank God for that. Recovered smoker. What else? Dairy products, spicy food, any cold beverages, any beverage that have acid in it, like orange juice, any type of citrus drink. What am I missing? Am I missing anything? Did I say caffeine? Caffeine, bad for you. Coffee, carbonated sodas, all that stuff is bad for your voice. Clearing your throat, coughing, clearing your throat, coughing real harshly is bad for your throat. They eventually damage your throat, especially dairy. Dairy products are bad for your throat because it produces mucus on the throat, which blocks the vocal cords, which has you like clearing your throat, which eventually scratches your throat. Gargling with salt water, not a good idea. It's a temporary fix. I know it's not a good idea for me. It's a temporary fix for the mucus, but eventually over time it scratches the salt, scratches your vocal cords, and it dries them out eventually over time. I know you may Google it and it may say gargle with salt water, but salt dries it out. And you have to get your rest. Your body has to be healthy in order for you to have a great performance, for your vocals to be moisturized, and you want to sing or rap or talk good, or be good at what you do. You want to be healthy. You have to get your rest. You have to rest your voice. You have to get your rest. I'm going to give you a few teas that's going to help you if you got shows back to back and you talking about them. I'm going to give you a few tricks of the trade that I got going on that I do. Because I have a radio. I have 2 radio. Now I just added a second radio station. So I'm going to be running 2 radio stations. I'm doing a YouTube channel and I sing. So, I got to know the tricks. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about are the different teas that I have. So the first tea we're going to start off with. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm dropping stuff. The first tea we're going to start out with Mr. Licorice Root Tea. Now, Mr. Licorice Root here, he's caffeine free. I get these from all my teas I get from my herbal store called, I live in Atlanta, Georgia, excuse me, y'all. And we have an herbal store called Savananda. And I go there and get my tea. So what the licorice root tea does, if you say you got a show back to back, right? You got a show back to back. The licorice root tea provides a little numbment in the throat, so your voice won't get so inflamed and overworked. Licorice root tea is great. I love licorice root tea. It helps with hoarseness as well. For me, it does. Okay, so the next tea, hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, y'all. The next tea is Mr. Good old Ginger here. Mr. Ginger tea. Now, let me tell you what ginger tea does. Ginger tea is an anti-inflammatory. It's an anti-inflammatory. Yes. Both of these. I'm sorry, I just like to read my ingredients. All the teas are great. I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, Mr. Ginger Root Tea is an anti-inflammatory, right? Give you a few perks about ginger root tea. Ginger root tea, it helps with your digestive system, it boosts your immune system, and it helps soothe the throat as well. If your throats get a little inflamed, have a little hoarseness, ginger root tea is the thing to drink, along with the licorice root. So these 2, licorice root, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make it so you can see it. There you go. Caffeine free and licorice root, caffeine free, are good for the throat when it comes to being inflamed. You see how my throat getting a little dry? I keep it moisturized. Another thing, Mr. H2O here helps moisturize your vocals as well. And I'm going to tell you in a second why your body produces mucus. why you have mucus in your throat and you like you can't clear your throat. I'm gonna tell you why in a second. But for the anti-inflammatory that boosts your immune system, you want a little bit numbness in your throat before you perform, licorice root tea, ginger root tea are great. The next tea I have up is throat coat tea. Now, I fell in love with this throat coat tea. I got it from my natural herb store once again. Throat coat tea coats the throat. You can drink those teas before you perform as well. It soothes the throat as well. It gives it a nice calming. It like gives like a sensation. Like it just soothes the throat. It makes the throat feels just relaxed. Another tea that does the same thing is chamomile tea. I love my chamomile tea. This is also caffeine free. It soothes the throat. It relaxes the throat. Chamomile tea is more of a relaxing type tea. So it relaxes your vocals, relaxes the throat. So before you perform, if you need to like get your vocals relaxed and prepared, or even after you sing, you need to get your vocals relaxed and prepared, you would drink the chamomile tea. Throat coat tea, you'll coat your throat. I drink throat coat tea is good to drink on an everyday basis because it keeps your throat covered. My next tea is peppermint tea. Now you remember I was talking about clearing your throat and all that stuff like that. So look, peppermint tea helps with the phlegm on your throat. Now, gotta keep these vocals moisturized. Another tip, you must sip the water. Do not drunk it down. You must sip the water so your throat can capture that. When you drink water fast, you rush it through your body and it doesn't get a chance to do what it needs to do. You flush the nutrients out your body. So guess what? You sip the water. Okay? So peppermint tea. Let me hold the peppermint tea up for you again. Mr. Peppermint tea right here. Peppermint tea. Can you see he caffeine free too? Peppermint tea helps with the phlegm on the throat. Remember I was telling you about your body producing mucus and things of that nature? So when, first of all, dairy products helps your body produce a lot of mucus. And when you have a lot of mucus, you don't have anywhere for it to go, but out here, out of your mouth or your nose, it clogs up on your throat. Now, peppermint tea helps with the phlegm on your throat. It helps to reduce the phlegm in your throat without making your throat dry. Now, the reason why you have a lot of mucus on your throat is because you're not drinking a lot of fluids. This is a known fact. You can research yourself. Your body is trying to produce fluids and moistures for your vocal cords to cover them. And that's why you had that. People sound like they got something stuck in their throat, or their voice don't sound clear because they're always clearing their throat, or they're always doing all that stuff right there and hocking and spitting, is because their bodies are producing more mucus than their throat and things can handle, because they don't have enough hydration in the body. Must stay hydrated. Must rest your voice. Must rest your soul. Must rest yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, let's sip on that ginger tea. Ginger tea is the best. Next thing I want to talk about is ginger root. You can get this at your, can you see? Hold on, the light is just, there we go. The next thing I want to talk about is this ginger root. Now this ginger root, you can shave it, you can chew on it, you can put it in your tea, you can boil it and drink it. You can do a lot with this ginger root. Me personally, I take the ginger root and I have this little cute little tea canister I got from Amazon.com. I'll put the link in this excuse me, I'm sorry y'all. I get tongue tied. I will put the link in the description for you. I got it off Amazon, it's so cute. And so what I do is I chop up a piece of my ginger, I shave my ginger first, chop it up, and I put that in, I boil that in there with my tea. Now let me show you how the little teapot works. So, I'm sorry, I just drank some tea out of it. So this is the inside, it's like a canister. So you put the tea bag in here, you put the little ginger in there, and then you pour the water in it. Now you can put this on the stove. You can put this on the stove like a pot. You put it on low, let it boil a little couple of seconds, couple of minutes, boil it, let it sit, let the tea simmer in there. And got yourself some hot tea. All right, so the next thing everybody should know about, hold on, before we get to that, throat lozenges. Now, these are compared to Cepacol Maxium. Now, when you look up what is good for, if you go on Google and you look up like what is good for singers and all that stuff, it'll give you like different throat lozenges you can use. I use those because my throat gets overworked a lot because I'm talking for work, I'm talking for the radio, I'm talking for talking for y'all on YouTube, and then I'm also singing, so my throat gets overworked sometimes. So with that being said, the benzocaine and these throat lozenges, it numbs the throat and it helps with the inflammation of the throat. You can get you some ibuprofen as well. It helps with inflammation of the throat too. But you know, I'm trying to go natural, so I'm all about the natural things. But the benzocaine in it helps numb the throat and helps it from being like not being inflamed. You feel like you got a sore throat coming on, I'm gonna tell you what you get. You get you some honey, pure honey. Now, this honey, like I said, I got from my local. Got this honey. I don't know if you can see it. From my local natural food store. I have a honey farm here in Georgia, called in Kennesaw, Georgia. Honey, hometown honey. Now let me tell you how to do the honey now. Everybody honey ain't real. The honey you get at the grocery store may not, I don't think it's real. May not be real. But listen, this is how you do the honey test. You take you a spoon, you put you some honey on the spoon. You run cold water over the spoon with the honey. If the honey on the spoon resembles a honeycomb, you got yourself some real honey. If it don't, you got some fake honey. Okay, so what honey does is it coats the throat. It helps with the soreness of the throat. It also soothes the throat, and it also prevents bacteria getting on the throat. Because you know when you talk and breathing in the air, there's bacteria. Boom. Okay. All right, and then we have our good old calcium, which helps promote bone health and strong teeth and everything else. Not only does it do that, it boosts your immune system, which is a part of your vocals being moisturized and on point. So I got this at my local health food store for about $10. You take you one a day. You can eat it morning, night, noon, whenever you want to take you one a day. Once again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, don't claim to be. I'm just telling you some things that work for me and my vocals, okay? The next thing I want to introduce you to, and I don't know if you all know about this, I want to introduce you to Singer Spray. Now, Singer Spray, I'm going to read exactly what Singer Spray is. Somebody recommended this to me when I went to the health food store and I was having like issues when I first started the radio station. I was talking a lot and they ain't know what to do. I was drinking teas, but I was drinking the wrong tea. Well, not the wrong teas, but I was not drinking enough tea, you would say, and certain teas I needed. So that's when I fell in love with the throat coat, the peppermint tea, the ginger, the lemon root. You know, first me and Ginger were like, "Hey, baby, you a little spicy for a nigga. I can't fuck with them ginger." But I'm like, "Okay, it's for my voice, so I give it a try." But anyway, she introduced me to this thing called Professional Singer Spray, and I got this from my local health food store. Like I said, and Singer Spray soothes, moistens, and lubricates overworked throat tissues, clears thick mucus, and promotes voice clarity and comfort, which is correct. You take 2 sprays. Let me show you how you do it. Simple. Use it. You can use it before you perform, before you record. It's how you do it. You take it, 2 sprays, you swallow. This is how I do it. I swallow, and then I do a sip of water. Now, I had a habit of clearing my throat. If you have a habit of clearing your throat, try to swallow like that. So what that does is that pushes the mucus back down when you swallow. It clears, when you swallow, it clears the mucus out the vocal cord, some of it anyway. So, you got a lot of phlegm on your voice, get you some peppermint tea, baby. It ain't gonna hurt. What else we got? Oh, last but not least, we have our handy dandy vapor. Okay? I love the smell of vapor rub. But yes, this vapor right here, this is a vaporizer. I have a humidifier in my room, and then I have this vaporizer. Now what this vaporizer does is, you know how like you might go to the studio, people might be smoking in there, or the air maybe just dry. You know how sometimes you breathe in, you like, and your throat just dry? Well, guess what this vapor does? It helps moisturize the air, as well as it helps you, when you have moisturized air, when you're like singing, rapping, talking, it adds moisture to your throat as well. So this baby right here is a steamer. It steams the air, and it's really great for when you go to the studio and everything. and you around the whole. Atlanta has a lot of dry air, so you're gonna definitely need one of these. They have portable vapors that you can take around with you. You can order those on Amazon. I got this off Amazon.com. So you can get you one of these. It's about $15. All right, I'll put the link in the description below. Okay, get you one of these, baby. What else? Steaming your vocals. Steaming, an old trick to do is getting you some, and if you can't afford that, I'm gonna give you an old trick to do. Get you some eucalyptus oil. If you don't got no eucalyptus oil, then get what? Just get you some Vicks Vapor Rub it on up here, and get you a pot of boiling water. While that water boiling, like let it boil, and then get you a towel, put the towel over your head, and breathe that in, like steaming your voice. What that does is that clears up your vocals, open up your vocal passages, so you can be the great at what you do. Okay? So I use these different things to assist me with my vocals and with me talking and doing everything. I definitely do the licorice root tea. I do that before I talk, and I also take my lozenges. I don't do my lozenges all the time, but I definitely coat my throat with honey. I take my calcium every day, and I do different teas for different things. Like if I feel like I got mucus on my throat, I'll drink me 2 cups of peppermint tea, maybe 3 cups. You know, I'm doing that every other day. Or if I feel like just different things, different times I have different things going on, I drink different teas. So, once again, let's keep that H2O. That was a big gulp. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the Ruby Jew YouTube channel. I will be putting these teas in the description box below and what they do. Just a little brief synopsis. Probably not. I'm going to put peppermint, help with mucus. Licorice root, help with throat numbing. Ginger root tea, boost immune system, anti-inflammatory. Honey, I'm going to do it just like that. Okay? So, just something simple. Put the link in there for the small teapot, as well as the vapor steamer. And you guys, thank y'all for tuning in. I know I talk a lot, you know, but bear with me, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow me on IG. Both of my IGs have a radio IG and I have a personal, well, my artist IG. Make sure you follow me on my IGs. I am on Station Head and on Anchor starting next week. My shows will be starting back up. I think I'm gonna stick to the morning. So I'm trying to decide, should I stick between the morning or the afternoon? So just follow my IG, stay tuned. But Monday, we'll be back in effect, fully in effect on Monday, okay? So once again, hey, make me wanna ride it in out on top of me. Yeah, okay, it's that crush thing, girl. You better get into it. Anyway, once again, thank you for tuning in to your girl, Ruby Jew. And we are out. I love you guys. Come give me a kiss. Come.